So this is the way, one of the ways I learned how to do handles from Jeffrey Bohr at Showmark Pottery. And it's a coil, it begins as a coil, but then it becomes a pulled handle. So what I do first is I roll out a little carrot shape of clay. Stay where you are put, little tool. And it really is a carrot. It is a shape that tapers towards the end. It just makes a much more comfortable handle. And then it helps to have a little flat spot on the top of the handle, flat this way, because it's just more comfortable to hold. So I take my little carrot and I take a nice non-stick surface and I lightly toss that little carrot down. Now this part seems sort of weird, but I actually pinch it off into an arrow shape. That gives you a little extra thickness where it attaches to the mug. And this will be about the right size for a mug like this. You want it to just be a little bit taller than your mug. So I'm going to pick where I want my handle to sit, and I'm going to score the top and bottom. This clay is so damp, and these are barely leather hard, so I'm not even going to bother slipping. I'm just going to dip just the tiniest little bit of the tip of the chevron in water, keeping the rest of the clay dry so I have a good grip, because if you get it all soggy, it's going to be really hard to grip. I make sure I'm holding everything at right angles. The handle goes right up. I'm not squeezing my fingers, but I'm wiggling and pushing the clay on to that mug. See how I don't get a thin spot there? Because I'm pushing down without squeezing in. It takes a little practice, but don't squeeze in. Now I can flip it exactly the other 90 degrees and move some clay up to get a good join. This is where the pull starts. Use my water to cement my join in there and make it look like it grows out of the mug. I use my thumb to get a little flat spot there. And if your carrot's a little bit too long for your mug, that's okay. Better too long than too short. Because when we get to the point where you like how smooth it is, and notice the lip of the pot's about this thick, so the handle is about the same thickness as the lip, so it's going to look proportionate. When I get it about how I want it, I flip it back, making sure I'm holding it, and then I line it up to the bottom. If there's any extra, snip it right off. All you got to do then is a little fine-tuning for your shape. I like it to have sort of a capital D shape, because this is going to be a two-finger mug because it fits your fingers in well. People like the question mark shape, but if it's too much like this, you can't fit that second finger in there. So that's why I round it a little bit more. If you are using really soft clay, it might sag, so I set it down like this, let it firm up, and I might go back later and add a little thumb nub or something like that. But that's about it. Hope that helps.